you build a truly authentic business and brand that will connect. I'm not here alone today. Today I really wanted to bring, I've been talking to Emily. You might recognise her, Emily Ma. I have had her on the vlog before. But one thing, we had her on, we were talking about how to bring in a professional because we all need it. Now, Emily is multi-skilled, multi-talented, and we just got talking, and actually just working with her and knowing her, I'm really, really envious of something that she has that I don't. And that's time management. I struggle with it every single day of my life. Every day I have this goal that I'm going to do all this stuff in my head. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get this. Oh, look, there's a bright light. Oh, look, there's someone calling me. Oh, look, I took a call. Like, in general, I'm so easily distracted, and I don't have the time management for, I think, the restraint, and I think that's probably a key. Yeah. So I thought I'd bring Emily in, and we wanted to talk today about 5 tips to make you more productive. So without further ado, Emily, nice to have you back.
Thank you so much for having me.
So it's good having you on. Always twice.
So much fun.
So much fun. So yeah, as I said before, your skill, like you have many skills. You have many projects on the go, and you're, like all of us, always things. Entrepreneurs always thinking about the next thing. Yeah, exactly. But the big difference between you and me is that you actually nail your targets. And for me, I just put it out another day, or I put it out another week, and I just keep putting it out. Yeah. And get to that point where I get really frustrated at myself because I look back on all my goals and I haven't achieved them. Yeah. And I think it even comes further back. I don't set hard goals. Yeah. I don't set what I should be doing. And I think you need to do, I don't know, that's why I'm asking you. I think I know that I need to set these goals in order to set a target, you reach it. That's why I got this book the other day, Michael Hyatt's Full Focus Planner. It's brilliant. It sets out all your targets and how you should reach your daily big 3. So that's all good and well, but I think you really need to have something a little bit further back and have those little triggers in your mind to know what your process is personally and how it will work for you. And that's why I think speaking to Emily, who is like us, entrepreneur and has many projects, to then tell us how she does it. Even comes down to, I know we'll get to this, we talked about it. But when I call Emily, I'm like, do you want to catch up? Talk about business or work or life, whatever. And you're like, all right. She tells me that she has these windows. She's like, I got Wednesday from 2 to 5 or Tuesday from 10 to 3. And then to let me know what fits with you.
That's a good week. I have a lot free on that week.
I was like, no, it's not normal. Yeah. But I was like, that's amazing. Yeah. And for me, I was like, okay, let's put this in and I'll put it in the diary. And that's not organised as me. And then I can plan my week as well. But if someone contacted me, I'm like, oh yeah, I could do this, I could work around you, and then I end up driving around and that day is gone. Yes. So for my own personal goals, I've lost them. Yeah. Because I've actually, or maybe almost gone into somebody else's time.
You've gone to serve them instead, I guess.
Yeah. I think that's what we talked about, how you can control time, not letting time control you. Yeah. Because when time has me bent over.
Well, it was lucky too. But it's so funny because when we first chatted about this concept and potentially doing this vlog collaboration and stuff, I was still really like, oh no, I don't have a good grasp of time. But then it took I'd gone on a recent trip and then I'd come back home and it was the first time that I felt out of control of time, and that's the time that you and I caught up, sort of thing. And I was just like, no, I don't have this
so
time.
Now I feel embedded.
Yes, it's not nice to be my time. So it's and it was really horrible, and I was like, right, I need to get back to this. And it was actually a really good, as they always are, really good universally timed prompt, because it got me going, okay, how do I normally do this? How do I normally get a grasp of time?
A good stop check.
Yeah, it really was. It was really good. And it was fine. I had a lot going on when I first got back, and I was sick and all of this stuff. And so I think that's the thing. The stuff that we'll discuss today is this idealistic best case scenario. We're all human. Life goes on. These things slip. Pick yourself back up, try again the next day.
And that's it. Life sometimes gets in the way. Exactly. Like when you're getting sick, when you're sick, or something happens, you do have to be flexible to that. But it's the day to day when you can set the time, you can set your own goals. Is when it's key.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm going to pour us some tea.
I was going mental note, tell Claire to do tea while I'm talking.
Mixed cups today, couldn't find the right sauces, so I thought let's get creative. This is just my little favourite Madura morning breakfast tea.
Beautiful.
And just so black.
Vocal warm up.
Sip. Oh yeah. Get the vocal cords going.
Oh, good.
It's quite nice. It's just a really nice Honesty, I think.
I think honesty.
That's
a company brand. Honesty.
Is it honesty?
No, I'm saying it's a good company.
That's a really good brand. I know. Maybe we should talk about that.
Next project.
Next project. Not today.
No. Time management.
Time management. Right, back to it. Even blog management. Sometimes like blogs go forever. Okay, so let's get to it. So the 5 points on how to make you and me more productive.
And this was quite a hard one to come up with, I guess, because when something, and we all have strengths and weaknesses, and so many successful entrepreneurs are in that position because they're playing on it. They recognise their strengths and they play to that sort of thing and almost delegate their weaknesses. So I guess because time management is something that comes quite instinctual to me and it's something that I've always kind of been able to do.
Yeah.
I don't know why, I don't know how. I'm just very I'm just very, very grateful for those things. That, oh God, I have a million more things that I can't do and then are my weaknesses, but I definitely do have strengths in, particularly time management. I'm pretty good with that.
Yeah.
But when it came to, I guess, having these concise 5 points, I was like, I don't know what I do. I just do it, you know, like. So, but I think I've come up with 5 that I'm hoping my viewers can sort of really apply.
I'm already thinking about how I can do this tomorrow.
But the first one would be, okay, when you get up in the morning and if you're anything like me, which I think like attracts like, and you tend to, be in the same sort of circles as similar-minded people, your brain's whirling with things you've got to do with it, and it might be, inducing a bit of anxiety or overwhelm or whatever, but all of these swirling thoughts. So what I tend to do first thing in the morning, pretty much every day, is a brain dump. Yeah. So literally all the things that are swirling in my mind of what I've got to get done that day.
Do you do it in bed or do you do it when you get up? Like when
I'm up. You're up. I've got my coffee.
Okay. You got your coffee.
I've got my coffee.
Is it like when you're sitting down, are you at work? Or are you home still?
I'm actually at home most of the time unless I've had to rush to the clinic. So I do manage a clinic. So when I'm in that role, I sort of am doing it at work and I'll just quickly... And this is the thing as well, and I'll sort of come into that, but having, I guess, my, a couple of businesses and then projects on the go as well, I've got to be really careful that on my clinic days I wear my clinic hat, therefore my to-do list is clinic related.
Compartmentalise it all.
Definitely. Yeah. And I find that's a really hard thing sometimes because I could be having some really exciting projects coming up with.
And you want it all creative.
Yeah. But I'm like, no, today's a clinic day. If I don't do this, if I don't get reports out, if I don't get admin done, everything's no good. Yeah. So I guess having that distinction. So when I'm at home and it's a home-based thing, so usually that's creative writing or copywriting or client work or any of that stuff, that's at home and set, otherwise probably clinic. Yeah. So, brain dump, get everything out. You might be more of a talker and it might be literally talking to yourself in the shower or something like that. Yeah. You're like, right, this, and this. It's literally just to give voice to the thoughts.
Make it there, put it out there. So therefore, you
almost declare it. So then as soon as it's out, it's existing. In there, it's just a concept. So getting it out. So I'm definitely a paper girl. So I literally get everything out. And then I look at it and I go, all right, which is a need and which is a want? So I might have...
I was still on the first one.
Yeah. So looking through, essentially do your brain dump. That's just to get everything out. So that's to clear the brain space, get a little bit of space to actually then process things. Yeah. So brain dump, then look through and determine what's a need and what's a want. So let's just say if I know I've got a deadline, if I've got to get a report back to a client or if I've got to get this copywriting project done, that's a need.
The need's there, the wants are.
Exactly. And the wants are things that, if I have time, it'd be really great because it would lessen my load for the week, but they're not a need. Yeah. But I think a lot of the time what we do, particularly when we have passion projects, we pick the wants because obviously there's a little bit more desire perhaps to do it. Yeah. A lot of the time the needs are those things that we've sidelined, they're managing the accounts, they're doing
writing copy,
We'll probably get
opposite ones, but that's exactly right. You have these ones that are hanging over you that exactly to get done.
And you nail them and you work through your other things so much more effectively. I know. So needs and wants, and I'm a bit of a productive nerd and I don't know where I came from or how I came to be, but I'll sprinkle a little bit of reward in as well. So let's just say, all right, these are the things I need to do today. If I do them, I'm going to get my reward. And my reward's usually my want. Yeah. Even though it's still technically to do, if I'm like, right, I need to get all of these things out from a clinic point of view, and then at the end of the day when I come home, I have my cup of tea and I'm going to write that blog post that I've been dying to do. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know, one thing that I find is a lot of people will often do it, and look, each to their own, and it's completely fine, but a lot of the time we tend to choose a reward that breeds laziness. Yeah. So we'll be like, all right, I'm going to nail this, I'm going to lay on the couch and do nothing, which is totally fine in due course, but at the same time, if you still have wants you want to tick off or needs you want to tick off,
And then you're like exhausted. And then you get
Exactly.
you move yourself into this, what's it, like a horizontal state.
Yeah.
And to get back up there is hard.
And to like arouse yourself enough to then have that motivation and go. So I sort of trick my brain a little bit, but somehow
you're better than me. I watch crap TV. Some reality crap that I'll go give me half an hour.
Yeah.
This has actually been my life. Like I remember even when I was young, I was studying tea, I was studying for uni, I would go, I'm just gonna have a break and give myself half an hour. 2 hours later, I'm still sitting there watching the next one.
Yeah.
And that is a habit that I need to break because I'm seriously frustrated at myself because I'm like, you don't need to watch this.
Yeah.
You could do, I could do editing vlogs. I really enjoy editing vlogs.
Yeah.
And it is a bit more of a fulfillment for me. And it's so true when you were saying about writing. When you said writing in a blog post, how funny, because I hate writing and I'm not editing. It's like with videos.
Exactly.
How you play to your strengths. But I was exactly the same. I should be doing that.
Yeah.
Not watching my housewives of whatever big city, or even Long Island.
I can't.
It's pretty good.
But even if you do so say for example, you love doing the editing, but you still want it to be that chill time, pop some music on, brew your favourite tea. Like you can make your productive rewards enjoyable and still an element of reward.
It's to break it up, isn't it? Really.
Or if you want something that's actually separate of doing things, because I get that. That's very masculine energy. It's very, drill based.
Yeah.
Get outside, go for a walk.
Yeah.
Like something to remove you from the situation, but not something that's not. I don't know. I get it. We have our lazy night, but let's keep that to the evening. If you still have stuff you want to nail, yes,
so right.
That's tip 1.
But I think I have a bit of a lazy gene, and you don't, and that's our difference.
Oh no, I don't worry.
Maybe mine takes over. It's like that. I need to push it back.
But that's like we're all different.
Yeah,
strengths and weaknesses.
True. Yeah, that's good. That's really. When you're saying that, Anna, I can do this, and it's actually stuff we know. It's just we just don't do it.
Yeah.
Breaking it down.
We're not it's that whole. I need to get my sleep and eat well and drink water. You know
drink wine.
Always have to do. But it's just
true.
All right, we'll go straight into number 2. Okay. So number 2 is probably eliminate distractions.
Yeah.
Now this one, I know, good one. So this one for me is particularly as people that are yes people.
Yeah.
We're in such an instantaneous society.
Yeah.
Literally, we're on our we're getting emails to our phones, we're getting calls from clients, all of this different stuff. If I have that in my background, I'm never going to get my stuff done because there's always something that will demand my attention in that moment.
Yeah.
So I try and have a phone-free zone.
Mm-hmm.
I try and even not have music, or if I do have music, it's really quiet or lyricless or something like that, just because, and obviously we all have different sort of ways that we work.
I have a weird brain. I actually need music to distract the part of my brain that distracts my concentrated brain. It's weird.
That makes sense.
It's like in the background dancing, so then I can focus. And I'm like, hey.
Yeah.
I've always said that. Yeah, you're right. I just keep. It's like a white zone. I actually is where I record my vlog. I need to be in here doing work. Yeah. Not elsewhere where I can. And my phone is such a big one.
Oh, it is for all of us. And it's social media and everything. And how many of us have gone for our reward break? I'm just going to check. Just going to check Insta. Just sneak and check. Next minute, you're like.
So
deep in bloody Love Island hashtag or whatever.
That's a joke. My boyfriend always said, he goes, what are you doing? Who are you stalking in Love Island? And now I'm like, no one. It's guilty. Okay. Yeah, true.
And it's a couple of clicks, and that's why these these social media businesses are so successful because they hook us. They do. We go on for a little check or to do a birthday post or whatever, and and we're down. So just try and put it to the side.
Good. That's a really good one, and I know that.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
I'll just throw it over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
All right, number 3 was, I'm trying to remember, but this is time management. I practiced in the car, so I maximise my time.
Okay, should we stop?
No, I do remember. Oh. Yeah. So it probably goes hand in hand with another couple down the line. Yeah. But to not put off today what you can achieve. Sorry, not put off till tomorrow what you can achieve today.
Get behind you.
Exactly. So there's these things that I'll be like, right, I've got to do this. I need to send this stuff to Claire. I need to do this, this, and this. I'm like, cool. All right, well, I'll send the stuff to Claire tomorrow. I'll do this and do that. Yeah. But whatever. You sort of push it to the side. I'm like, well, I'm just as capable of doing it in this moment. Literally, it's an email.
If I'm thinking about it, I should just do it. So true, and I find that with emails in general.
Definitely.
I should just I need to get onto the reply immediately because I stop,
flag
it, go away, and it's bad as well because it makes I don't know, I do care about everyone that contacts me and I contact, but I do have this problem with just getting distracted.
Yeah.
And I don't want to ever offend anyone either, or just not feel like I'm not being professional.
Yeah.
You know, why not just get back to
and having that integrity of
exactly. Definitely. And that's something I feel personally.
Yeah.
I don't want people to think that I don't, and I am that girl that gets distracted by the bright lights, and then I'm like, oh gosh, where am I? That's a big problem for me.
Yeah. And I think, it's a really, really hard one, but I think that even if you just challenge yourself for 1 week to go, if you catch yourself saying it and go, all right, I'll do that tomorrow, screw that, try it now.
Do it now.
Like, if you have 5 minutes, if you have enough time to be thinking, like, fair enough if you're, hours into a work day and you can't see the way out. I get that, do that tomorrow. But if you can achieve it that day, get it done.
Yeah, and if you're thinking about it, probably the time you're thinking about it, think about doing it tomorrow, you probably got it done.
Exactly right, yeah.
I always say that to Toby as well. Like, the time you've taken to ask me to do it, you can just done it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as well. Like, you should just get on with it.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah.
Because you feel, and it's this, I don't know, it's human nature, but you feel so good when you had it done.
Yeah.
I got this done today.
Exactly.
I didn't have it waiting for me when, when you have that, not fear, but that next day, like, oh, my list, you know, of my rolled on from the previous day.
And it's usually bigger in your head. Like, I find that I'm like, oh my God, I've got this to do, this to do, this to do. And you face it. Like, you literally acknowledge what you've got to do and you do it and you're like, oh, hold on. Like, I sent those emails and I did that brief and I did this.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that big a deal, but it feels overwhelming when you keep pushing it back because it does pile.
It's like a wall.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's so true. I find that with some emails, so I've got to put together an email for someone or, and I will just keep, especially that, like, oh, I've got to, unless I've done it. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's so true. Your brain plays so many tricks on you and creates those hurdles.
Yeah.
You need to actually just put your brain aside and just get on with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I'm glad.
All right, number 4 is start the day with nailing a task. So if the first thing you do when you get up is nail a task, no matter how big or small, you'll carry that momentum. It's like the days where we gift ourselves a bit of a sleep in, and, like, granted, that's everyone is deserving of that, obviously, when it calls for it. But lazy days breed lazy days. Like, I find that the days that I'm like, oh no, like I'll skip my walk in the morning, or I won't get up early and do X, Y, and Z. The whole day I'm kind of on the back foot. Yeah. Whereas if I get up, and this is my non-negotiable, and it's such a little thing, and I can't remember there was a study done about it, and they said that it's one task that everyone can nail, and it makes for much more productive people. Yeah. Make bed. You've done it.
So true. And it's done. It's done.
And it's something so simple, and I think it is more, obviously it doesn't matter if your sheets are messy or not, like, it's the symbolism of it, and it's the action of it. It's going, I'm setting out to leave my room perfectly done in the morning. Task done.
That's it, and also sometimes when I go, if I go back to the room, like, oh, I feel a bit deflated when I see a messy bed. Or if you go to bed that night, you're like, oh. But when you make a bed, you're like, I've done this. You can take on anything for the rest of the day.
So if you think about that, that's the momentum you build in the first few seconds of your day. You literally stand, and that's what I do. I stand, like, whether I'm going for a hike in the morning, whether I'm going straight to the clinic, whatever I'm doing, I get up, make my bed, and by the time I've left my room, one task is done. Therefore, my little momentum energy is task orientated and driven. Like, the next thing I do is, right, I'm going to make myself a really nice breakfast, tick. And I know these are basic things that can't really, they're not really tasks.
They are. Yeah, and it's all part of it.
And you're doing what you're intending to do. So it kind of fosters a sense of presence. You're really hitting, I guess, you're being very purposeful in everything that you're choosing to do.
Yeah. And that goes back to, I think, what I'll talk about, setting a foundation for your day, like branding, setting a foundation for your business. If you set strong foundations and you're setting this good, as you said, being in the moment and knowing yourself and what you're about, what makes you happy, then you can build on that and get stronger. But if you're all flaky in the morning, and you're like, I don't even know, what makes me happy, what I like.
Wobbly foundation.
It's not going to be solid first of the day. And it builds each day. Yeah. Yeah, it's a really good one.
Number 5, I'm nervous about sharing just because I know you.
You're right. Everything you're saying is right, so don't worry. Okay,
so my tip that really, really works with me, and again, because I'm a bit of an alien, is rise before the sun. Like, I cannot, never...
Summer as well, because summer's at 4:30 here.
What time? Generally, my alarm goes off 5:30 most days. In winter last year, when I was in this really big new direction for the blog, and my clinic was really taking off, and my only time to write was first thing in the morning, and I had all of these travel buzzing posts and stuff, and I was really angling for pushing that. I was up at 5, and I wrote 5 till 6. 6 till 7 was gym. 7 started my day. So I had 2 hours of me time before I even started my day.
Yeah.
I understand that's not for everyone, and even now I can't imagine getting up at 5 and doing that. But 5:30 at the moment
really worked for you. Yeah. And I think actually on that point, it's when you're doing things for you, you are your most creative when you wake up. It's like a full tank of creativity and energy. So as the day goes, it gets emptier and emptier and emptier. So if you're doing your most creative and thought-provoking ideas and actions in the morning, that is a strength. Yeah. Whether it be 5:30 or maybe for me 7:30 or 7:30.
That's good.
I'll be getting doing
that's actually really good.
Yeah, I think so. And look, there is fouls and owls. Like, I definitely am a foul, and I'm an owl. For you guys that don't know, foul the early morning and then the late at night. My brain does ignite at night, but it's sort of like this morning thing where if I can start it strong, I do have the physical energy, because even though when your brain's awake at night, you have physical energy. You might have a bit of mental energy. Yeah. They're pretty physically exhausted. So even though I am not a foul, I really do. I have been working towards getting up early and starting with yoga in the morning, and then just doing half an hour at home, and then that really makes me feel for the day, prepared for the day. And as you said before, it makes you feel ahead of the game. Yeah, you don't feel like you're chasing yourself.
Exactly. Yeah, you're not sort of chasing your tail. You've already set up so that even if by the end of the day you're exhausted and you feel like you need you time, you've kind of had that already in the morning. You know what I mean? If you're filling up your own cup, then it's really, really nice.
That's true.
So I think, and it kind of does go hand in hand with the first point, which I forgot.
Circle.
The brain dumping.
Yeah, the brain dumping is like full circle, and how you should be doing that then when you're awake.
Yeah, like I just find that, for you it's yoga and you're getting a clear mind that way, and therefore your creativity sort of builds up. For me, it's literally getting all the mind chatter out onto page, doing a task, like just getting in that sort of habit. But I do find, rising early is a really good one. But I'm completely a horses for courses sort of girl. Like I do acknowledge.
You play to yourself.
Exactly. Like, and you can even have that distinction a bit. Like my sister she's incredible at night. Yeah. Her best work, I imagine, would come out at night. Yeah. I'm shocking. If I have to do something in the evening, like you can literally compare 2 pieces of writing, one I've written first thing, one I've written in the evening, and be like,
can tell the difference.
Yeah. Whereas other people, they do their best uni work and all of that stuff in the evening. So figure out I think, first and foremost. These are just the 5 tips that came to me in terms of how
and maybe it's like if you're normally an 8 o'clock wake up at 7. It's not about saying, it's about just pushing yourself a bit early and giving this is all about, as I said before, controlling time, not letting time control you. Give yourself that extra hour so then you can then be more flippant and be more control. Not like me sometimes when I'm chasing time. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 3. Oh my gosh, it's 4. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's 5 o'clock. It's just constant chasing. Prepare yourself for these times so they're coming up and you've actually nailed your target.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that is a really big thing, because once you do that and you flip it on its head, you then can dictate how the day is going to go as opposed to the other way. Yeah. So I think that is brilliant. Like, everything you said, I know I can do. Yeah. And it's now that I have these 5 points, every day I'll look to those.
Yeah.
And even, you might think that you can't do it. Take as much bite as you can out of it. You don't have to be nailing your targets at the first day. Yeah. Build up to it, because that's another thing. I do this. Sometimes when I set my goals, I set these ridiculous goals that I have to achieve in the week. It's not even achievable. Yeah. So then I always feel like I've failed because I haven't achieved them. You've got to set yourself realistic goals as well. Don't just think, if I set all these goals, I will achieve it. It doesn't always happen. I don't know, maybe that's just me. But it's
no, not at all. I think that's most people. Yeah. And I just thought you're going to get a bonus number 6 tip. So sometimes if I'm feeling like, if I'm on a sort of productive whirlwind and I've got my list of things to do, and I'm very list driven, so I do a little checkbox and a ticket when I've done it. I'm very list driven. But sometimes I write things that I've already done so I can tick it. Oh. So already acknowledging that you've done a task. I'm never lying. I'm never like, remember that time I did like a 5K run? I did do it. It's actually stuff I've done.
But it's like your head.
Yeah, so let's just say if I've gotten to the end of a clinic day and I'm like, right, I know I still need to do this, 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 and this in terms of my clinic-related stuff. Yeah. And I'm like, but I got up this morning, write blog post, tick. Because I did that, you know? Yeah. And so I think that makes it feel that even when you don't achieve these massive things, you go, but I still got through this today.
Yeah, that's so true. And I do these little boxes. I don't know if you do the boxes. Yeah. And it's like, yes, I don't know if it's from school, but you're like, I ticked it.
Definitely.
And there's something really powerful about this box.
And look, I'm really funny, like if I know I have to send 3 emails, on my list I'll have, bullet point emails, 3 checkboxes.
Yes.
Tick, 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 when I get the 3 emails out. So it's definitely, and I think it's just definitely for people like us that are
so much on the go.
So much on the go, and also, I guess, quite innately like reward driven as well. We like to achieve things, and we like that feeling of progression and moving forward and things and evolving.
Achieving something. I want to ask you, from my perspective, what I struggle with is that, like, I don't think that I don't know what you do, but do you have certain days with certain actions? Because for me, I think if I had a day for this project or a day for this project, I would get that project done. Because at the moment, I don't do that, and I have all of my needs, but then the want, which is also a need, is like my stuff. Like I'm doing webinar, creating webinar, and that just keeps getting pushed down to the next week, because everything else is prioritising and needs it, and it's more wanted. And I feel like the short-term projects are ticking off and pushing the longer-term project down. Do you break your days up and say, okay, well, I'm going to block this for this or this for this? Do you do that, or how do you?
I don't. At some points in my life, I do, and it's the whole,
different hats for different.
Like I guess it is hard because I do have a lot of balls in the air, and I if something comes along like a passion project that inspires me, like that does get my attention, and probably I will make a decision at that moment as to what Emily wants best, what's my sort of thing, but also making sure that I'm not letting my needs sleep. So sort of doing that rejig every morning. But at a time in my life now, I'm just trying to think of my timetable, and it's literally when I can fit it in. So I don't have designated days. So say, for example, even teeing up this morning, I had this relatively tiny window. But that's
so lucky.
But that's become my creative outlet. So I kind of blocked that time mentally that's when I do my writing. That's when I get in contact with collaborators. That's when I do a little bit of research or something. So I kind of have that blocked within the week, and then everything else at this time is very clinic driven.
And that's something I need to do. Like you go on Tuesday. Do you do it like a Tuesday is it a day? Oh, you don't need it. Or you just make that time in the
week. It probably does fall on a certain time. So just because of the nature. So when I say clinic, I own a speech pathology practice, and that's my other hat that I wear, which I love, and I'm very, very lucky. But the nature of that, especially at the moment, given that it is really busy time, is that's a full-time caseload. So my creative stuff is either pushed back to evenings when I'm not so flash, or it's first thing in the mornings, or it's these windows in between. But I try, like I said with the list, if I'm in the clinic, I'm clinic-related goals,
You've got to wear that.
If I'm at home, it's writing-related goals, and I leave clinic at clinic, So it kind of is having that distinction, but there is a little bit of leniency just because of the way that my client schedule is panned out, that Wednesday sort of mid-afternoon, like mid-morning, mid-afternoon, like where we are now, like 10 to 2, maybe. I've got a little bit of leeway there.
Oh my gosh,
you kept saying Tuesday, and I was like, that's my busiest day.
I'm lost today this week, see?
You're on a different day. Alright, I came around so Wednesdays, probably 10 to 2. That's generally what I've got at the moment, every fortnight. So that's what I've got at the moment, and then I guess it's knowing I have that, and if things come up, like I've got a few things in the pipeline of things that I want to do, I'm literally still putting it in my calendar and going, right, that's 10 to 11. You're working on that. 11 till 12, you're calling that person.
Exactly. That's really good to know, because I think that's what I need to do, that creative space.
But I do find, particularly with creative entrepreneurs, like if I had shifted this, and let's just say in the future, if and when the clinic's independently run and I've been able to take a step back a little bit and have a more of managerial role, and therefore sort of pursue my creative drives a little bit more. I imagine that creative entrepreneurship is a lot harder. You don't have I don't have clients booked in terms of like I do with the kids at the clinic and things like that. So you do have a little bit more fluidity within your structure.
It's good and bad.
Exactly.
But for someone like me, it's a little bit bad.
I think you need that routine and structure. So even my suggestion to you, and this is something I've done in the past when I have had 3 days and I was working 3 days and had 2 days a week off or whatever, I'd get up in the morning and make a plan. Like I would diarise my day. So I'm like 9 to 10, I'm going to look at those articles that I know I wanted to read. 11 till 12, you're going to write and don't stop until you get that article done. Or, things like that. So just give yourself a little bit more of a scaffold to your free day.
Yeah.
But making sure you're addressing all your needs, but do a reward. Don't watch Love Island. Do your reward can be the webinar thing. You know, like that's a productive.
That's a very good point, because I have been at that point where I've got all my tabs open on my computer and I'm like, TV.
That's an eliminate distraction.
Get rid of it.
Yeah. So tabs are both.
But I'm going to make a bookmark, so like, I'm going to read this, or I need to view this, so I go back to it.
So my suggestion for that, and that's something I've done in the past, I add to bookmarks.
Okay.
So I add to bookmarks, and then, I don't know, once a week I'll go back and be like, what did I tab this week?
Right.
Cool, that's the article I wanted to read.
Yeah.
That's the person I wanted to reach out and email, you know, and I have it all sort of addressed there.
That's good. Changing those behaviours.
Yeah, like I just think tabs are very distracting, and it's the same as on a phone. Like I'm such an iPhone sucker. If anyone hands me their iPhone, without thinking, I'll double tap and clear all their windows. Honestly, because I cannot have one window open on that phone. So whenever you access my phone, it's like it's a clean slate. I'm not those people that have like 1, 2, 3 like your notification things. You know how you have your red markers?
Red markers?
Like when you have like messages.
Yeah. Or on the box. You don't like that?
Oh, I don't have one on my phone at any one time.
Because it like distracts you?
Yeah, because it's a notification, like it hasn't been addressed.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, I don't know. But I have so many. But they'll be from like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I just need to clear. So it's a mental thing as well, clearing it.
Yeah, and there's so much with it, like in terms of, feng shui principles or the whole magic of tidying up that's sort of taken storm and things like that. It's this whole idea that physical clutter makes for a mind clutter. Like literally declutter your physical environment, declutter your mental environment. Physical environment can even be phone things, it can be your workspace, it can be your desktop. Like I find that those days that I open up my laptop and I've got my desktop's got, this that you're working on, this that you're working on, this that you're working on, this client's report, I feel shitty. Like I really don't like it. So I will generally like go through and go, all right, and they all have a place. They do. So it's literally just getting them into their places. If I open my laptop up, have a clear desktop,
good.
I'm in control.
Yeah. I think that's the key.
Yeah.
Control.
It is.
Getting the control back.
Yeah.
Whether it be your time, your projects, people around you.
Yeah.
It's controlling your own time.
Yeah.
And when you can start doing that is when you feel like you're actually kicking goals.
Yeah.
And you're ahead of the game. You can then take on more projects.
Exactly.
Oh my God. That's been awesome. Thank you. I'm just learning as I go, and I'm thinking in my head, I can do this, and how I can apply it.
But one thing at a time. One thing at a time. And I find
bite size.
As someone that's so inspired to always learn and grow and update my skills, I'll do the same thing. Like I bought the Barefoot Investor finance book. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to do this, 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 and this. And then I didn't because I was like, because I'm going to do all of it at once.
Yeah, you got to pick it up.
Pick it up one by one. Build up those strengths and do them in a way that's sustainable.
How good is that book though?
Oh, it's brilliant. But saying that, I've literally, I'm like at step 1 still because I'm like, I went step 1 to 5, I can do that in a week. Yeah. So I got it already. And then I was like, drops the list.
But that happens. But I think the great thing about him is that he makes it's an easy, obtainable goal.
Oh, exactly.
He does that as opposed to other finances. He's like, that's off my head. He makes it real for a real person to be able to do.
And he had a lot of really good insights actually as to controlling your time. So say for example, accounts are my way. How do you feel about time management and writing and all of that stuff? That's me with accounts. Yeah. Petrified. I hate it. I don't know what it is. It's I've tried to unpack it. I've tried to workshop it.
Oh yeah, I'm in denial about that as well.
I'm horrible with it, right? So one thing I liked about him was that he almost was like, right, have that dinner date thing, like the whole concept of either with a friend or by yourself. Or with a partner. My friend sat with her husband and they did like around Barefoot Investor and talk about how it's brilliant. And I think that's so nice because that's ownership of your own time, controlling your own time, scheduling in this thing that realistically has to be done. Yeah. But it would be one thing that we keep pushing by the wayside. Definitely. So even if you have these productive goals, book a day, take a page from this book and book time in with yourself, block your calendar for all these things that you have to do. Like I think own that time a little bit. And he was someone that was a nice segue because he did really own that in terms of diarising it and making it happen.
Being accountable for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Now, if you guys want to know more about Emily, check her blog out. It's awesome. Bless This Mess. Oh my God, great reads, great adventures and stuff in the pipelines, I hear. So we should watch this space for you.
Yes, definitely watch this space.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to build it up a little bit more because I just want more on my plate.
Yeah.
So really exciting stuff. So I would absolutely love if you're interested to go over and have a read or check us out. Share with a friend if you think they might benefit.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I'll leave the link below in my vlog so you can find it out. But Emily is a great writer, and you just take people on a journey, and it's really cool. So thank you for that, and thanks for your time management as well.
All of these things. And that's the thing. It feels so weird to have. I feel like I've come here and it's been 2 vlogs on my strength.
Yeah,
we could have done 10 on my weaknesses. I would just like to say that I'm a very, very, very flawed person. Ridiculously flawed. So it feels really weird to sit here and be like, oh, I'm good at this, I'm good at that. But literally, we've nailed the 2 things I'm really good at.
All right, I'll get it back. We'll talk about her flaws.
Yes, please
dig into that.
Yeah,
next time.
Sounds great.
Well, thank you.
Yes,
guys, if you like this video, if you like this vlog, remember to like it and share it with friends and subscribe so you can watch more of these beautiful videos and vlogs of my great interviewees like Emily. Yes, and if you want to know more about my brand Pat, which I did touch on before, and how you can build a strong foundation for your business, pop over to my website, mybrandstory.me, and find out more. I'm also doing a 20-point branding checklist free sign-up, so check it out and pop over there. So that's it from me. Stay true to your journey and brand story, because what you have to offer, nobody else does. Remember that. I'm Claire Spalding, My Brand Story, and thanks for watching. See you next week. Bye. You did it! Yeah! Just get up. So dry today. Alright, I'll just...
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm sure I can get
Beautiful.
I'm telling my favorite actually tanzanite. Oh, it's yes, and random correct. With your business, your target market, not even with your business. As always, I'm here this week. Thanks again. I actually get my headline. Have to offer, nobody else has. It does. You got it? Okay. Stay true to your
brand story and
journey first. Stay true to my journey and brand story, because now I can do it. Okay, you're distracted. Okay. So easily distracted. I don't know. Nobody else has. Nobody else does. You're going to do an outtake as well. Stay true to your brand